I'm unclear as to whether or not anybody actually was missing the perfectly middle-of-the-road energy, not quite action, blockbuster, not quite character drama, big star, B-plus programmers that dominated the immediate pre- and post-summer scene of the late 90s, early 2000s studio theatrical slate, the kind of handsomely produced future TNT weekend mainstays that kept Harrison Ford's name above the title between nostalgia cycles before evolving into the Taken franchise after 9/11 and basically served as Hollywood's thing to do with action heroes who weren't young but also weren't exactly old until the Marvel Cinematic Universe came along. But if you were missing exactly that, Those Who Wish Me Dead is working about as hard as anything needs to be at delivering, yeah, exactly that. It's the movie that Ford, Bruce Willis, Denzel, Kurt Russell, Nicolas Cage might have made 20 years ago with almost the same beats and most of the same old-fashioned establishing shots as the co-star visual style, here starring Angelina Jolie as the rough-hewn hero with some inner demons to slay role, and Aidan Gillen gamely stepping in to assume Gary Oldman's former position as the bad guy in every movie like this. The setting and occupational gimmick this time is deep woods smoke jumper firefighting, and Jolie's backstory finds her as a one-time best of the best jumper who suffered a tragic loss during an out-of-control blaze that's left her punchy, isolated, and quasi-suicidal according to a bad psych eval, and, you know, her erratic behavior, so the brass have stuck her in a firewatch tower for the summer to cool off. But since just fire and personal guilt can't be defeated in hand-to-hand to pickaxe, because damn right I could still be Lara Croft if I felt like it, fight scenes and action plot falls into her lap by way of local sheriff ex-boyfriend, played by John Berthal, happening to have a Florida forensic accountant brother and a young nephew who are heading his way on the run from Gillen and Nicholas Hoult as a pair of assassins dispatched to kill them to stop the leak of criminal evidence against powerful government figures represented by a Tyler Perry cameo. When the bad guy snipes said accountant on the last leg of the journey and the kid flees into the woods, he meets up with Jolie, who goes from zero to mama bear in the amount of time it takes Gillen to decide that the best possible way to speed up his chase is to start a gigantic forest fire to distract the police, meaning eventually we're doing a wilderness survival chase movie that also turns into a runaway from the fire movie. It's actually a little bit more disjointed than even that sounds, with a longish intro establishing Jolie's Queen Smurfette camaraderie with the other all-male smoke jumpers who ultimately don't figure in the plot much, a side story for Bernthal and his new wife, Medina Segore, who doesn't really get a lot to do but does figure in two of the better action sequences, including a killer spin on a quick draw duel, and because this is a Taylor Sheridan movie, a little too much time is spent on character building banter between the two bad guys that doesn't really establish much other than serving as tension breaks in a thriller that could actually stand a little more tension here and there. Honestly, it sort of feels like a screenwriter cobbled together a whole movie out of the unused part that were cut from complete screenplays to other films. Still, for something that feels designed to be a solidly rewatchable background movie sometime in the near future, there's not a lot of fat on it, and it gets the job done in the way such things always have. The filmmaking is efficient and competent, the scenery is genuinely handsome, and the movie is very happy to show it off. Sheridan has spent the last few years as creator and co-producer of Kevin Costner's series Yellowstone, so he knows his way around this material, and putting actors who are mostly just a little too good or nuanced for this kind of get-it-done formula material actually elevates it where necessary, particularly in Jolie's case, given that she started out doing one of the boys' action heroine shtick as far back as Cyborg 2, and seems to be having some real fun relaxing again a bit here to play a normalish person who gets to make jokes, jump off trucks, do fisticuffs, whatever. 6 out of 10, decent watch for what it is.